What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today, time for another news update. Christmas and New Year's always bring out the best of stuff, so it is time again to get down to some translating. A lot of stuff actually happening on global, so a lot of that obviously will be in English and everything, but we should be expecting V-Jump any moment now, like the actual full page scans and everything. If not, it's going to be tomorrow, you know, at nighttime Japan time, right before I leave to go to the airport and fly back to the States. So anyway, let's get into straight into everything. So for right now, we are having, or we're about to have, the LR Trunks, not campaign, but I guess like reward campaign. If you guys remember last year at this time, at least on JP, this happened with the Android 17 and 18 combination. So I guess we're already getting with LR Trunks, which is pretty cool. One thing to note though, as usual, is that it's going to be the same exact thing. Having the LR, having an SA20, and having them rainbowed will then get you 50 stones or get those stones back, and then it's also going to give you the orbs and, you know, the Kais or whatever they choose to give us, essentially. More details will probably be in the V-Jump scan or simply in the news in a few days. Now, one thing to note real quick is the fact that if you have this guy at the LR state, not necessarily as, you know, Rainbow or SA20 or anything, simply having the LR himself, if you have them at the time of midnight on the 26th, which is Wednesday this year. So again, if that for most people, that's gonna be on Christmas Day. So before Christmas, essentially, if you have this LR, then you're gonna get 10 extra stones into your box. And it also says that you're gonna potentially get some other little prizes as well. So when we find out more about that information, we'll know more. And then also what it talks about down here is that during the campaign, it looks like there's going to be some future and Android category kind of bonus drop rates, it looks like, or something like that. I'm not really sure exactly what they mean. It's very cryptic right now. But it might seem that there could be potentially either a 4-stage or what the stages are simply going to have. If you bring those particular categories or characters from that category, then you're going to have increased drop rates on certain characters, cards, items, whatever it might be. So that's pretty cool right there. We'll get more information, obviously, when this drops a little bit more, but they're being kind of cryptic when it comes to the actual info right there, at least when I'm reading the Japanese. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it should be fun. We'll get the event. We'll be around for a month, which means tons of agility orbs. So right back up there with the agility orbs. Thankfully, I could definitely use some for some units. So it'd be pretty nice. So other than that, though, that's pretty much it for the JP news side of things. Like I said before, when we get the V-Jump stuff, we will see that pretty soon. Let's go into what Global is getting. Global, you are getting a lot of stuff. You guys just got your data download, and you also got your app update, which is pretty cool, so make sure you go download that. It looks like you guys are going to be getting the Christmas Eve Trunks Kid and Mai, which JP has as well. They're basically just Elder Kais. That's all they are, basically. But apparently you guys are having a world tournament coming up, and you're going to be getting this Tech Cell. This Tech Cell, I cannot stress enough, is a great card, and if you have the time to go for him, go for him. He is a great support unit. I mean, he's just, again, you can look at him just as a generic support unit, but he works on extreme teams, he works on Android teams, he works on the transformation team, he works on other teams as well. He's just a really good card. Heck, he even goes on the Goku Black team if you guys pull him down later and down the line. So his super attack's not really much. It's just simply, you know, greatly raises attack, screen damage, yada yada stuff. But that passive extreme type T +2 attack and defense up 30%. The only thing that beats him are going to be your mono type to like the 40%, so like super boo characters like that. As of right now, he is easily one of the best support units, especially for extreme types in the game currently right now. Great card to go for. I was able to rainbow him. I went crazy on that world tournament. And then there's also going to be that SSJ2 Gohan later coming out. So make sure, if you can, at least get one copy of the guy. If you can't go crazy on the world tournament, I totally understand, because global world tournaments are really bad and they're really long. At least try to get one copy of the guy. You won't regret it. He'll be really good. It's definitely worth it, okay? So that's one thing right there. In terms of everything else, though, just some other cards are getting Dokkan Awakens from the world tournament. Nothing too special. They've been shown on JP quite often now. So if you want to take a look at those, go ahead. And if you have them, then go ahead and Dokkan Awaken them. The big one is the fact that you guys are now getting your Dokkan Fest hit card, and welcome to dual categories. Although we've kind of technically had them, what was it? I believe it was the AGL SSJ3 Bardock, where it wasn't a double category, but it was like he was the SSJ3 category, and he was also multiple types. You know, also we've had, you know, different characters that have, you know, oh, we're gonna give a category, and then also we're gonna, you know, give the boost to a type or super type or whatever the case may be, right? So, but hit here is the official first double category leads, essentially, okay? So he is the Universe 6 category, stats up 170% along with 3 key, and then the Universe Survival Saga category. Now, this leader skill in particular right here is the exact same as Jiren. Jiren, in just that regard, not his links and not his passive and everything. And leader skill, though, who needs Jiren? You got Hit right here. You might as well have Jiren as a member of the team and put Hit on there as your leader, because he's going to give boost more characters like, you know, Kefla and Khalifa and a lot of other cards that a lot of people have, which is really cool. So that's really cool. Cage of Time causes immense damage with a medium chance to stun. We're going in with the stuns, unfortunately, now. And as much as I love stun, you guys know that I love me my stuns when it comes to Super Battle Road and everything. Every other event, though, until they finally start changing things like, you know, greatly lowering defense, allows you to actually stun people that can't be stunned or something along those lines. Stunning isn't really going to do much, unfortunately, in a lot of events. Some will, yes, but others not so much. Now, his passive. Attacked enemies attack 20% down and 80% defense down. Again, the whole minusing defense thing. Akatsuki, do you guys not know that this doesn't work for us? It works for them attacking us, not for us attacking them. So please, somebody understand that and change this already, or change the mechanics of how greatly lowering defense works. Or just, again, simply lowering defense works. So anyways, that goes for 2 turns. A high chance to stun the attacked enemy for 1 turn. And your attack goes up 120% when you're performing a super attack. So that is separate. That doesn't have to simply be if you stun them or anything like that. And then he gets an additional 80% attack when he's attacking an enemy that is stunned, and he's effective against all types, which is pretty cool. However, though, unfortunately, that stun part comes into effect, and as you guys know, the last 2 stages of a lot of events these days, you can't stun anybody, unfortunately. So that's the unfortunate part when it comes to his passive right there. His links are pretty good. Experienced Fighters, Ain Fighter, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, Warriors of Universe 6, and Fierce Battle. So obviously what's really cool about this guy is that you can run him along with Universe 6 characters, and then you can also run them with Survival Tournament of Power category characters, which is gonna be really nice. So he's actually a really good card. He's a good hit card for once, and some videos are already popping up of how he hits, and he's already hitting like 3 million attack stat when he gets that extra 80%, and then when he doesn't have that 80% extra additional added on there, it's like 2.7 or 2.6 or something like that. Crazy, really good card. I can still understand though why most people would not go for this guy, and I totally understand that, but you know what? You know, he'll be back eventually, and I would say he's definitely worth the summon for maybe later down the line, or if for some reason global you guys don't get the Gogeta until year 4 and you want to throw maybe a multi or 2, just saying 1 or 2, not saying you know spend all your stones or anything, but if you happen to throw a single or something like that or get a multi and you get them, then great. Because again, this is gonna be your Christmas banner. If the Gogeta stuff for you and the Broly stuff doesn't come until say late January, which is again is gonna be around the same time as year 4 for JP's side of the game, then maybe again he's worth a single or 2 or worth a multi or 2, and then you still have time over Christmas through some rewards and missions, and then maybe through January saving it up, and then boom, you're good to go. You've got plenty of stones left over for Gogeta and everything. Totally your choice again. I think he's not a bad card. He really is not a bad card. But again, maybe what you can do though, I think you guys can have the best of both worlds here though. We're getting Gogeta news next week when it comes to JP. Wait to see what Gogeta and Broly can do. And if you still want them, great. If not, go for Hit then. You know, who knows? Some people might actually prefer Hit over the Gogeta. You know, it really all depends on what the Gogeta does. Because again, if Gogeta has one of those gimmicky passives where it comes to, you know, you get this attack boost, and then, oh, by the way, if you're facing off against a Broly card or you're facing off against a movie boss character, then you get this extra huge boost to make him broken and everything. But then overall, without that, he's kind of just generic, then who knows? Maybe Hit's gonna be better. You never know. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Some of your thoughts down below. Are you guys gonna summon for him, or at least maybe try at least a single or 2 or a multi? Because I know a lot of people are like, no, I'm not gonna go for him. But hey, you never know. You might be able to go at least try to get 1 copy of him if possible. So next, we are actually getting a full powered Frost. This is pretty interesting. He goes for a 4th form Frost, so a lot of those SR Frosts are probably also gonna be featured on the banner. So you can feed him into him, get a 50% drop rate, and boom, you can get him up to SA10 pretty easily. SCR types, Key +2, HP attack and defense up 90%. This is very similar to the Physical Kaioken and the Final Form Frieza that we got back in the 250 million download celebration, so that's pretty cool right there. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes supreme damage. Okay, kind of whatever it is. He's really good though in terms of his passive though. Key +3 for 6 turns from the start of the turn, and attack up 120% and defense up 60% with a medium chance to stun the enemy when performing a super attack. That's pretty good right there. I would like to see the Japanese though, because the way I read that is that he gets the attack and defense up 60%, no problem. But is it when he gets a super attack, or is it he gets the attack and defense up no matter what, and then the medium chance to stun comes with the super attack? I'm not really sure. I mean, granted, the guy is pretty self-sufficient though. I mean, he gives himself +3 key on pretty much any team. He's already going to have 6. So that right there is going to be pretty nice. So again, it's little things. I'll have to wait to see what the Japanese says, just to clarify for myself personally. Or if someone simply sees, gets a card, tries them out, and be like, hey, Talon, this is what happens. I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. So definitely a pretty cool Frost card. This one, this was the funniest card, and I want this. I want one copy of this guy when he eventually comes to JP, because it's just funny as heck. But the fact that we've got Bortama and I can never pronounce his name, but basically Magita, essentially, on his shoulders. I obviously just laugh at that. But Insight Ski plus 2, stats up 90%. It's a pretty good leader skill right there, especially for Battlefield. Causes supreme damage, raises defense for 30% for 6 turns. I'm used to reading Japanese, so reading English is like, whoa, what's going on here? Again, self-sufficient, Key plus 3, attack and defense up 100%, and he guards against all types when HP is 80% or below. That's pretty good. He's gonna be really good for Super Battle Road too. So if you get a copy of him, don't throw him away. He's actually a pretty good card, defensive-wise at least. And actually, if you want to then raise his super attack, you can take the SR, that's the cell right there. You can take this SR Botara, and who has been around forever. We all Baba Shop him, but he Dokkan Awakens into this guy right here. And then you can feed him into the Int one right here. So if you get a copy of him, take some medals, raise the super attack that way. So that's pretty good right there. He's actually not a bad attack too. 100% attack, no turn restriction unlike Frost. Not bad at all. So definitely be interesting to see how good he can be. And then Champa. Champa gets a Dokkan Awaken from his physical form, the one we've all Baba Shopped and everything. And his leader skill is not bad. Universe 6 category, Key plus 3, stats up 120%. Or physical types, Key plus 3, 70% right there. Causes supreme damage and greatly lowers defense. Again, greatly lowering defense. It is what it is, unfortunately. His passive, though. Oh my god. Universe 6 category allies, Key plus 2, stats up 40%. Yeah, it's the same as West Kai, essentially. That is really good right there, and then not to mention, he has a medium chance to do an attack of 200%. Do not focus on that 200% attack. That medium chance is never going to happen half the time, and it's not reliable, right? But he is there strictly for that passive of the support. That is really good. I actually might keep a copy of him if I ever do pull him again. I've definitely bobbed my fair share of Champas here, but yeah, I'll definitely keep one copy. He's a good support unit there. Just give him dodge if I get a dupe of him or anything like that, but hey, he is what he is, so that's pretty good right there that he finally gets a Dokkan Awaken. It's about time. He's a long one. But yeah, no, overall, that's still pretty good stuff. And then, of course, I already mentioned this guy right here because he Dokkan Awakens in the physical one. So that looks to be your banner global. It's basically going to be Dokkan hits. I wouldn't be surprised if Champa's featured, unfortunately. I mean, granted, again, good support unit now, but, some people are going to look at that and go, what? Champa. Frost probably Kefla. I doubt they're going to throw in one of the hits as a featured unit. And then obviously the combo of these two here and a couple others. Probably Caulifla, maybe Kale. I'm not sure, but Kale will also be strong in the category as well. So overall, it's not a bad banner. I would personally say 2 multis. 2 multis at the max if you've got plenty of stones. Say you've got over 7. If you have about 700 or 800 stones or something like that or more saved up for Gogeta and Broly, I'd say 2 multis when Christmas drops isn't bad. You're probably going to get some Kais along with that as well, depending on how the banner looks. Because again, it's Christmas. Or if you maybe say I'd say if you have under 300, maybe do 1 multi or so. And if you got a really low number of stones, then don't do anything, obviously. But hey, you never know. You might get lucky and get a decent card. So it's not. I don't think it'll be a bad banner. I don't think it will be at all. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Are you going to summon on it at all? A lot of stuff coming up. Christmas starting next week along with New Year's. It's going to get crazy. So make sure you sub to the channel if you want to see all the translations, all the news, everything. And we're going to be going into it. So even though I'm going to be on vacation at my parents' place, it's going to be crazy. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you all in the next one.